Are you planning on attending my wedding by any chance?
Well, yes, that's why you sent me an invitation, right? I'm assuming that you want me there, otherwise you wouldn't have invited me. Why do you have a problem with me attending your wedding?
Actually, I do. I don't want you at my wedding. I only sent you the invitation because Mom wanted me to. And I hope that you don't plan on bringing that husband of yours either.
His name was written on the invitation. He plans on coming with me. Luckily, he doesn't need to work that day.
Well, sorry, but I don't want either of you to come to my wedding.
Why?
First of all, your husband creeps me out.
Why would you say such a thing about him? You're being rude. What has he ever done to you?
Nothing. But it freaks me out that he only has one real arm.
Yes, Ted has an artificial arm. So what? I don't think that's ever affected you in any negative way.
I'm just saying that it's not a pretty sight to see. I don't want someone like Ted at my wedding. What will the other guests think?
Do you realize how discriminatory you're being right now? You shouldn't talk about other people in this way. Ted is my husband. You should know that it would make me upset for you to say such mean things about him to my face.
Well, I really can't say how I feel to anyone else, can I? It's my wedding and I should be able to choose my guest. I'm sorry, but someone with a prosthetic arm is not welcome.
It's not Ted's fault that he has a prosthetic arm. We're sisters, so I can put up with you saying mean things about me, but not about my husband. I want you to stop. What gives you the right to be so self-righteous? I love Ted, and I won't have anyone saying bad things about him.
How can you love Ted so much? He only has one working arm. Doesn't that turn you off? He's not normal. Why did you go out of your way to marry someone that has a disability? Oh, I guess it's a matter of normal guys not being attracted to you, huh?
Ted is like any other man out there. Why are you discriminating against him because of his arm? Can we change the subject now? I don't want to talk about this with you anymore. You need to grow up for the sake of your fiancé, too. You're 30 years old. You should keep certain feelings to yourself.
I like to be honest and open about the way I feel.
I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree then. If you don't want Ted and I to come to your wedding, we won't. Are you happy now?
Yes, that's what I want. Please don't say anything about this to Mom, though. I don't want her to make a big deal out of this. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if you were at my wedding. I just don't want Ted there.
I don't know why Ted needs to be punished for something that's not his fault. I hate that you're doing this to him.
It's my wedding day, and I should be able to choose who gets to be there and who doesn't. I'm so happy that my fiancé has both of his arms. And he's really successful, too. He works for a great company, and he gets paid really well. He's working on a really big multi-million-dollar project right now. I'm so proud of him.
I'm glad that you found a man that makes you happy. He may be working on a big project right now, but it's not like he's going to get all the money. He's just an employee.
Oh, shut up. You're just jealous that I'm marrying such a great guy. I can see why you'd be jealous, but don't take it out on me.
I don't think that I'm taking it out on you. I'm just sick and tired of listening to your bragging all the time.
Oh, we're going to have the perfect wedding. You just wait and see. We're both stunning and my fiancé is rich. We're a golden couple. We need the guests of our wedding to be as supreme as we are.
A golden couple? You must be joking. You're a temp at your company.
That doesn't matter because I found myself the perfect husband.
Fine, have it your way. I won't say anything anymore.
One thing's for certain. My fiancé is better than Ted in the fact that he has both of his arms.
Why do you have to compare them? They're different. Do you enjoy being mean to Ted?
I think you two make the perfect couple.
Yes, we are. And not in the way that you think. I'm very happy being married to Ted. I don't think that you're better than us in any way.
Well, believe what you want. I know the truth.
I guess our truths are different then. I'll try to make it to your wedding if I can. I'll let you know once I've decided. If you don't want me there, I'm happy to not attend as well.
I already made up my mind. You can come, but not Ted.
Well, if Ted's not invited, then I'm not going either. Have a great wedding, Helen.
Why are you at my wedding? You said you wouldn't come. And you brought Ted with you. How could you do this to me?
It's more like, how could you do that to Ted? I know that you don't like him, but did you really have to pour wine onto his head? What were you thinking? What you did was unforgivable.
Well, it's your fault for ignoring my wishes. I'm the one that should be angry, not you.
What the hell is wrong with you, Helen?
I told you not to bring your disabled husband to my wedding. How many times do I have to tell you that? You told me that you wouldn't come to my wedding if Ted wasn't invited. Why did you change your mind? You did the one thing I asked you not to do. You brought Ted. Did you want to ruin my wedding? Is that what this is all about?
I did not ruin anything. You're the one that made a scene by pouring wine on Ted.
So you're placing the blame on me then?
You're the one that kicked us out of your wedding even though we didn't do anything wrong. You're the one that should feel ashamed about all of this. I told you that I wouldn't be at your wedding, but Ted was invited as one of the groom's guests and I accompanied him as his wife.
You're not making any sense right now. Why would Ted be invited as one of the groom's guests? I'm sure that he just wanted to take part in this wedding, so he must have lied to you about getting an invitation from my fiancé. Who does that? Well, he should have never come. He doesn't belong there.
You're unbelievable, Helen, and so rude. I'm ashamed to be your sister.
I'd say the same thing right back at you. Why did you marry Ted in the first place? Doesn't his prosthetic arm creep you out? I don't ever want to see either of you at the wedding reception again.
Are you sure that this is what you want?
Yes, I'm sure. Now please leave.
We're leaving then. I hope you're happy. Let me just say this, though. Ted is a CEO, and he's one of your husband's big clients.
What?
But I guess it doesn't matter to you. Your husband's the one that's going to have to deal with the aftermath. Your only concern is having the perfect wedding. Enjoy the rest of your wedding. We're leaving now. Bye. I'm also cutting all ties with you. Please don't contact me ever again. 30 minutes later.
Where are you now? Are you still close by? I need to speak to you. Will you meet me?
I've left and I'm home now.
How did you get home so fast?
I wanted to get home as soon as possible after you threw wine at Ted. And I asked you not to get in touch with me. I'm not your sister anymore.
I know that you're mad at me, but I still need to talk to you. Were you serious when you said that Ted is one of my husband's clients at work? My husband is freaking out because he says that Ted no longer wants to do business with him. He's worried that the big project is going to be canceled as well.
Well, your husband should be worried. Ted only attended your wedding because your husband invited him, but you came over and poured wine on him. Ted has every reason to be furious. Ted is smart to end business with your husband. We want nothing to do with you after what you did to him.
Do you find this funny? I'm in a lot of trouble here. My husband is flipping out, and I don't know what I can do to calm him down. And he doesn't seem to care about our wedding reception anymore.
I see. That must suck for you.
You're my sister. Shouldn't you be more concerned?
I don't consider us to be sisters anymore after the way you treated Ted. Remember, I cut all ties with you.
That's not the point. I'm in a lot of trouble and I need your help. My husband knows about what happened between Ted and I.
I'm not surprised that he did.
And now the project has been canceled too.
I'm sure that your husband is livid with you.
He is. He tells me that he's going to annul our marriage. And I guess our wedding reception is canceled as well.
Well, you saw this coming. You should have never been so rude to Ted.
Will you please pick up my call?
Why should I? I have nothing to say to you. You're not supposed to be contacting me anymore.
I need your help. Please, fix this. I want to talk to you on the phone.
Well, I don't, and I have no intention of helping you. You need to deal with this on your own. I asked you to stop disrespecting Ted, but you did it anyway. This is all your fault. I hope that you learn a good lesson from this. You need to grow up and take responsibility for your actions.
I never expected Ted to be my husband's client. You could have given me a heads up. All I asked was for Ted not to attend my wedding. I don't think that I did anything wrong.
If you think you haven't done anything wrong, then I'm sure it'll all blow over. But I still can't forgive you for making discriminatory remarks at Ted. You're on your own. I need to go now. Bye.
The wedding's been called off. What am I going to do now? I need you to fix this. It's your fault for not telling me Ted was my husband's super important client.
How can you blame me? You did this all on your own. The fact that you don't see that makes you an idiot.
What did you just call me?
All I did was go to my sister's wedding. I didn't do anything wrong. You're the one that deliberately spilled wine on Ted and kicked us out. You need to deal with the consequences of your actions. You really need to grow up, Helen. I'm sure that you now understand that if you badmouth someone, it's going to bite you in the ass. I hope that from now on, you keep that in mind and stop making such stupid mistakes.
Right now, the most important thing for me is saving my marriage. I quit my job, so without my husband, I'll have no place to live. What am I going to do now?
That's not my problem, but I'm sure that neither your husband nor any of the other relatives will take your side.
How can you be so cold to me? Don't you care about my future at all? Please talk to Ted and apologize to him for me. I didn't know that he was one of my husband's clients.
Why in the world would I do that? I'm on Ted's side and he has every right to be angry. What you did is unforgivable.
But you're my sister. We're family. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
I've cut all ties with you, so we're not family. Please don't bother me and Ted anymore. Why don't you talk to Mom and Dad?
So you're just going to abandon me?
I'm not abandoning you. I need to go. Bye.
I quit my job. What am I going to do if my husband leaves me? This isn't my fault. You should have told me about Ted's work. I don't deserve any of this.
Ted has a disability and it's not something that he wants to be reminded of, let alone made fun of by you. But you laughed at him and poured wine on him. Ted doesn't use his disability to get special treatment, and he's worked very hard. Much more than the average person. You should have never disrespected him. What you did was very wrong. And you deserve every bit of punishment coming your way.
I'm sorry about what I said and did to Ted. I realize how wrong I was.
You're finally apologizing for your actions? That took a while. Do you realize how long it took you to apologize and acknowledge that this is your fault?
Yes, and I'm very sorry. Will you please talk to Ted now?
If you really felt bad about what you've done, you wouldn't be asking me for any favors. Look, the project's canceled and there's nothing you can do about it, so just move on. Instead of worrying about your failed marriage, you should worry about getting a new job.
Why did I bother apologizing if you're not even going to help me out?
You should be apologizing. You did something wrong. I'm seeing your true colors, and it isn't pretty. I don't have any more time to waste on you. Bye. You must be elated that you were able to kick Ted out of your wedding. Afterward. Melanie blocked Helen after that and never spoke to her sister again. Helen's husband left her after he found out about what she had done to Ted. Helen had no choice but to move into a shabby apartment and look for a new job. The guests of Helen's wedding saw how she was talking to Ted, and they recorded everything that she said and did to Ted on that day. The video of her pouring wine on Ted went viral after someone posted it on social media. After that, no one wanted to hire Helen, and she was forced to live a very hard life. Helen should never have made fun of Ted's disability. Had she been more compassionate, none of this would have happened to her. The joke's now on her.